Hey everybody, my name is Nick McDonald and I'm a realtor right here in the Antelope Valley. In this video, I want to show you guys how much you made in 2020 if you're a homeowner and where the market is probably going to go in 2021. So let's go ahead and just jump right into my computer and let's get started. So at the beginning of 2020 January, homes were selling on average for $300,000. And then at the end of it in December, homes were selling for $370,000. So if you had a house, you would have made $70,000 on your home in 2020 alone. That's a 20% increase. Normally, houses increase about 5% a year, so a 20% increase in a year is just totally nuts. But it's great if you're a homeowner. One of the things else I want to show you is why this might have happened. So what caused these house prices to skyrocket so much in 2020? You can kind of see here that everything started out normal. We had a normal amount of listings, 1,100 listings, and about 450 sales. But as the year went on, inventory continued to decrease. So more and more people were not listing their homes for sale, most likely due to COVID, not wanting people in and out of their homes. So less and less people are selling their homes, but the demand for people buying homes actually started to increase. So we had more people trying to buy, less people selling, which causes prices to go up very fast. And one of the reasons why people continued to buy during COVID and actually speed up the buying process is because interest rates were so low. Right now, interest rates are at 2.79%, which is crazy, scary low. If we go back in time, you can see this blue line, 4.5, over here 4.15, 3.9. But if we go over to today, we're looking at, like I said, 2.79% right down here, which is basically an unheard of interest rate. Like, this hasn't happened before. And because it's so low, it means you can borrow a lot more money for basically the exact same price. So you can buy more house with less money, which is causing everyone to want to go buy a house right now. But no one wants to sell because of COVID. So it creates an interesting dynamic where house prices just continue to go up. And we end up in situations where multiple people are bidding on houses every time. For example, you can see right here in October, November, and December, houses are selling for 102% almost of listing price, which means that if you list it at $300,000, you're going to sell for probably $306 or $310 just because that's how it is. Everything's going over asking. And it also makes it kind of hard if you're trying to buy, because every time you bid on a house, you're bidding against everyone else. I mean, there's 30 other qualified people putting offers in on these houses too. And so you end up in situations where every house, maybe not every, but almost every house is going into multiple bids. Prices are going up and up and up. So the big question is, will this continue into 2021? My prediction is yes, it will, but only for so long. Let me elaborate. So we're at a situation still where people don't really want people in their house. We're scared of the pandemic, and people still want to buy because interest rates are so low. But as the vaccine starts to work its way through the population and people start to feel more comfortable letting strangers back into their house, I expect to see more people wanting to list their house, trying to maybe cash in on these great increases they got in 2020, which will probably have a lot more inventory going into 2021, at least closer into springtime, I guess would be. And interest rates will probably start to rise. I've read that we'll probably hit 3%-ish maybe by the end of the year. It's all speculation. We don't know for sure. So inventory will increase. Interest rates will increase. So the buying demand might drop a little. Probably not, because even a 3% interest rate is still amazing. But inventory increases, and if foreclosures start to happen again and the banks maybe foreclose on some of these homeowners who've had difficult time through COVID, we might start to see foreclosures hitting the market too, which is something that we've actually been missing through all of 2020 almost, because the government shut down banks from being able to foreclose on people. I don't expect us to have a huge rush. What I've understood and what I see is that we'll probably start to see them trickle in, but no one really wants this to crash. I know you might hear about the market's going to crash. The market's going to crash. People are trying real hard not to have that happen, but we can see what happens long term. But going into 2021, at least, you're still looking great as a homeowner, still making, your house prices are increasing quite a bit, still making a pretty penny on that, and everything's looking strong so far. I'll report back with the next month's statistics come out.